I'm Adam Collins. This is the outside view for Women's Cricket Zone T20 World Cup 2020. It is pouring rain in London. I wish I was in Australia where this tournament continues to heat up. Excellent victories today for England and South Africa in Pool B at Manuka Oval in the nation's capital of Canberra. The first game of the day was the least competitive of the tournament so far. South Africa won by 113 runs over Thailand. They piled on 195 for 3 in their 20 overs. Lizelle Lee, she's an enigma, isn't she? It's her first T20 International 100, but we've seen on so many occasions in 50-over cricket and domestic tournaments absolutely destroy attacks, and that's what she did to the inexperienced Thai attack today. She was the highest scorer in that game by some margin. Sune Luus had a really good game as well, I should add, coming in at number 3 because Marizanne Kapp was missing as a consequence of illness. Sune Luus came up the order, made 61 not out of 41 balls, so that adds a bit of depth to their batting lineup as well. Perhaps the most important part of South Africa's victory today was that it didn't really require Danae van Niekerk. She was out early and she wasn't that important with the ball. One player in the Proteas side, very much in the tournament though, and very much in the game today at Manuka, was Shabnim Ismail, the fastest bowler in all the land, the fastest bowler in international women's cricket. She took bent leg stump back twice in consecutive balls. She was on a hat-trick inside the power play, both at 76 miles per hour. She did likewise to finish off the innings at the very end, so she finished with 3 for 8 from her bowling. Also in the wickets was Sune Luus, the leg spinner. I mentioned her batting being good for South Africa's depth. The same with her leg spin. It's very effective. She takes a lot of wickets. A lot of the time it comes from full tosses and half trackers, but bowled nicely today, helped by the keeper Chetty, who executed a couple of stumpings. A really good run out early on as well. Laura Woolvart took a spectacular catch at short cover as well. So things are ticking over pretty well for the Proteas. They came into this group the second seed, but they beat England and now they've won their second game. So with 2 games to go, they've pretty much got 1 foot in the semi-final, and they move to Sydney now pretty confident of their position in this tournament. As for Thailand, they have 1 more game to go. They were all out for 82. They were beaten by 113 runs. They were really taken to task for the second time in Canberra on a flat track, but that's going to happen. It's all experience. Moving to the second game in the doubleheader, England easily accounted for Pakistan. Pakistan were excellent against the West Indies with ball and bat, but the might of England, they were just outmatched, to be frank. With the bat, England did lose their 2 openers early. Wyatt and Jones fell inside the power play, but then we get into the engine room. Nat Siva has 2 half-centuries to her name already in this tournament. She came in and made a brisk 36. And then there was Fran Wilson. They like her in that side, coming in to sort of bat through the middle overs. She's a good accumulator, has all the shots, plays 360. She's the most prolific sweeper in that side. She made an important 22 in those middle overs to contribute to the significant base being laid. They didn't quite stick the landing though. They ended up making 158. It could have easily been 168 or 178 if not for the fact that they lost 3 wickets in 4 balls towards the tail end of their innings. But it was more than enough runs to defend. They ended up bowling out Pakistan for 116, 3 balls short of batting out their allotted overs. They lost their crucial players early. Muniba, Nida Dar, Javaria Khan, Bismar Maroof all fell inside the first 10 overs. And then, of course, the ever-reliable Anya Shrubsole, 3 wickets as well. 1 at the top, 2 at the end, which means she's the first woman to take 100 wickets in T20 internationals. Let the good times roll for England's spearhead. Catherine Brunt also in the wickets for the first time. So England and South Africa, the comfortable victors today. Pool B now moves to Sydney on Sunday, where England will play the West Indies, who were dreadful a couple of days ago, and South Africa against Pakistan. The Proteas had their opportunity to book their ticket in the Final Four. In terms of Group A, tomorrow we're back at the Junction Oval in Melbourne, where New Zealand will play against Bangladesh and India take on Sri Lanka. India, of course, have already guaranteed their berth in the Final Four. New Zealand can set themselves up for an absolute blockbuster against Australia. Adam Collins signing off on the outside view at a cold and wintry and wet London. Follow us throughout the weekend on Women's Cricket Zone on all the platforms. Can't wait to talk to you then.